And now, broadcasting live from the Darkroom Studio at Craven Community College, it's In the Know.
Hey everybody, and welcome to In the Know. I'm Craig Ramey, one of your hosts here for In the Know, the show we do weekly here from the campus of Craven Community College, where we just kind of talk about some of the things going on each day, maybe some things around town, and really just kind of goof off and have a silly little time. But I don't do that by myself. There's other people here with me, but today we've just got one person for now, so we'll go to my right. Who's with me?
Hey everybody, it's Wendy. Happy lunch if you're watching us right now live. If you're watching us during the replay, happy whatever you got going on right now. So we're glad you could join us. I will throw it to the booth this morning.
Oh yeah, looking in the booth, who we got?
We've got...
We got Eli giving us the peek in.
Yes.
Let's see it one more time.
Get it. Do it again.
Yeah.
Perfect. Love it. Love it.
Yes.
And do you want to mention our wall art?
The wall art, you're talking about behind you. Yes. So we've got some remodeling that's happened in the studio. We can call it remodeling, right?
Yeah.
So when we would go to some of the shots of Holly in the booth, we had that blank white wall behind her. It looked like she was almost in a prison cell. We had to brighten that up a little bit. So actually, before Meredith left, she helped us gather some things together for a collage. So it's not quite done yet. We didn't have time to finish it today. But yeah, that's some of the images from around campus. And I'm sure by the time we have our next show, it'll be finished and we can go through all of the things there and how great that looks, right?
It's really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
So obviously Megan is not at the table with us right now, but she is watching on the live stream and hopes to be here before we're done. So we'll see how that goes.
Good deal. Good deal.
So because Megan's not here right now, we probably need to tell everybody the date, right?
Oh.
So Megan always tells everybody the date. I wrote it down before I came in here, but I have to be honest. I wrote down the wrong date because I always get it wrong. And then I mark through it and I think I have the right date.
Go ahead. You want to try?
Is it August 10th?
Yes.
Yeah.
According
Did you
to
hear
the
my
watch.
throat close up? Like, I even can't even say it. I just can never accept what the date
August
is.
10th. Now, I don't know what episode this is.
Does Holly
Do we know what?
This is episode 19.
Episode 19. Wow, that's exciting.
That is pretty
Yeah.
cool. Pretty cool.
Episode 19 for this year, right?
Correct.
Yeah, this season.
That's awesome.
Yeah, as they say in the biz, we're in a season.
Season. I love seasons, right?
Yeah.
Seasons change, which is good.
That's right. So what we do on this show, sometimes we'll talk about the thing of the day. We'll talk about maybe some things that, some trivia, some community events. I know you've got a thing of the day. I actually, because I was trying to remember what the date was, which is, of course, a challenge for me. I'm glad I don't have to write checks every day.
Right. Who does that now?
Yeah. But I actually saw a couple of things like moments in history of things that happened on this date in history as well.
Oh, cool.
That I was excited
Share
about.
away.
Yeah. So I got a couple here. So the Son of Sam was arrested in 1977. Eli, do you know who Son of Sam is? No, he does not. Yeah.
Go ahead. Tell everybody who Son of Sam
Yeah.
is.
So he was a serial killer who terrorized people in New York in 1976 and into 77 before he was caught. David Berkowitz, right? He's kind of a downer, though. That's the first one. I probably shouldn't have
it's hard to say. Is that
Sorry.
really what we want to say about history today?
No. Well, I'm glad that he's caught.
Right? This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
So there's that. Also, the Smithsonian was founded on this date in 1846. I love the Smithsonian's in D.C.
I have not been.
You've never been to the Smithsonian in D.C.? Really?
Mm-mm.
You're missing out, Wendy.
I know.
Yeah.
Would be a great place to go see. I'm sure it's changed since then tremendously.
It has. I mean, they've added several buildings. I think they started the foundation itself in 1846, and they've added the museums. Yeah. He was an English scientist, James Smithson, and when he passed away, he had no heirs, and so he left everything to the U.S. to establish in Washington, quote, an increase and diffusion of knowledge.
Wow.
Yeah, which is what we try to do here. We end up usually just eating a lot of food and laughing about silly things. But we'll call it an infusion or increase and diffusion of knowledge. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
My events aren't that cool. Or maybe they are. Another great debate. Mine might be cool, might not be.
Your events? Do you have some events?
Yes, I've got two things of the day.
Okay, things of the day.
Yes. So today is National Lazy Day.
Let's go. I'm out of here.
Right. Who cannot relate to National Lazy Day?
Unfortunately, the lazy people aren't even watching this, right?
They might be, because a recommendation for Lazy Day is to turn on the TV and just enjoy the day. So they could be watching right now, because that's something you do when you're lazy, right?
Is that what you do on a lazy day? What's your favorite thing to do on a lazy day?
Probably sleep.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just put on something comfy, get on the couch, hold the Yorkie, and just sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is nice. The older I get, the more appreciation I have for the couch nap, for
Yes.
sure. Yeah.
So is that what you do for lazy days?
Sometimes, yeah. It just depends, but usually like a little bit of yard work will be mixed into the lazy day, which I guess is probably not a
lazy day.
Lazy day. Yeah.
It's not a lazy day.
I don't like going to the beach and just lying in the sand or on a towel, I
Mm-hmm.
guess as most people do. They don't just lie on the sand, but I don't like to go and do that for a long period of time. I'm usually bored after about 30 minutes. I need to do something. So
Right.
I can't have a lazy day like that. And like on a vacation,
Yeah.
maybe I'll sit like by the water or something like that for a little
See,
bit.
on vacation, I'm not lazy,
Yeah, you're doing stuff.
because I feel like I'm here. I need to experience and go and see and do and just keep going. And
Yeah.
So I'm not lazy on vacation.
No?
But my husband thinks vacations are for lazy days.
That's different. People have that idea about
Mm-hmm.
vacations, right? Some people it is literally like I'm not going to do anything.
Correct.
And then others are I'm going to pack in all the things I couldn't do because I was
Yes.
working.
Right. That's kind of how I feel. And so he's the opposite. And so we go on vacation, and I'm like, get up, let's go. We got to ski all day, all night.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think if I was not going to do anything for my vacation, I would just stay at home. Right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
why spend the money on flights and hotels and
yeah.
trains or whatever?
A different scenery, though. I mean, you're home, so why not have a different scenery to sit around and be lazy and just
Yeah.
see what's around? But
That's fair.
So yeah, so National Lazy Day. Celebrate without getting off of your sofa is what it says.
Okay.
It's an ideal excuse to take a break and enjoy some precious me time. So I don't get a lot of me time. Do you get a lot of me time?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't
no.
either.
I've overscheduled myself and
Yeah.
by the time I get home from work and maybe go for a run or the gym, it's like the day
Yes.
is over.
The me
Yeah.
time is done. So stop doing what you're doing. Stop doing your chores. Don't organize any events. Just sit down, relax, or go back to bed for a nap, which is probably
Nice.
what I would do.
Have you ever done that? Like gotten up on a day you had off, like get up at like 8:30 and then have some breakfast and then
Yep.
nap time
Yes.
at 9.
Believe it or not, the first couple of Fridays that we were closed, because during the summer we're only open Monday through Thursday
Mm-hmm.
for those long days, and the first couple of Fridays that we were off, I stayed on the couch all day.
All day?
Like I don't usually do that. And I'm like, I'm just here. I got up, got dressed,
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'm gonna go do something today, and I end up binge watching something on TV.
Yeah.
Half the day was gone. I'm like, well, might as well make it a whole day. So,
Yeah.
but the first couple of Fridays, that's what I did. It's just
Because
nothing.
you owe it to yourself,
Yes.
right? This is my first free day where I don't have to do anything.
Yes.
So you
I
don't
should have been doing
laundry.
laundry and the dishes and all that, but
Yeah.
just could not bring myself to do that for the first couple of Fridays. So.
Yeah. I would say anybody who is watching now live and they've got ideas for things they like to do or not do on their lazy days, I would like to see them in the comments. I'm
Yes.
curious.
Please let us know.
Megan says that she did not get the memo to be lazy,
Well,
which is true.
yeah. Wonder if Lazy Day allows us to go home early today. What do you think?
I think we can get away with that. We're
Right.
in an official capacity right now.
We
where
are
can just
officially
announce
declaring
that.
it Lazy Day. Nah, don't do that, guys. That's just us. It does talk about, though, however, being lazy does help you. It has a lot of great healthy benefits. It talks about how it decreases your stress, helps with your anxiety, helps with your blood pressure, and actually people who are lazy are more productive
Yeah.
because when they get to their task, they want to get it done. So that either it's last minute and they got to get it done, or they want to get it done to get back to the laziness. So lazy people typically are more efficient and maximize most of their time.
Okay.
So there's just a couple of good healthy benefits of that.
And maybe that's why turtles live so long, right? They just have
Could
such
be.
lazy lives. They just
slowly kind of meander
Yeah.
around and
they've got great blood pressure.
Right.
They're not stressed about anything.
right. I wonder if it would lower my blood pressure.
To be lazy?
To be lazy.
Yeah.
Actually, I think to be lazy increases my blood pressure because my mind is just like I should be doing this. I should be doing that. I need to get up. I need to be productive. I need to da-da-da-da-da.
Right, well, I think, like, societally, we've had it ingrained in us that lazy is bad.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not okay to be lazy. You're not contributing to society in the way that you're supposed to be lazy. So maybe that's, see, I feel like for me, if I was sitting around the house and I became self-aware that I was being lazy, that my anxiety and stress would go up because I would feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Correct. Like there's things to do. Get up. Stop being lazy. But it's okay. So I'm giving everyone a pass, and I'm speaking to myself. It's okay to have that lazy moment.
Yeah.
And just sort of veg out or just relax, enjoy the scenery, no matter where you're at. So give yourself a break, and I'm going to try to do that for myself as well.
So I'm going to just kind of doze off on a nap on the show today.
Perfect.
I'm sure that makes for great viewing, and I'm just going to enjoy being lazy because you've given me the...
I've given everybody a pass. You get a lazy moment. Moment, not a whole day.
Okay.
Just a moment. Well, so speaking of lazy and it being good for you, today is also something we celebrate that may not be very good for you.
Okay.
But is very delicious.
I'm all right with that.
Okay. So as you know, we like to share. It's lunchtime, right? And Megan usually does all the cooking and the food or whatnot for us. But I have a treat for you today. And everybody in the booth, everybody have a treat for you. So today is National S'mores Day.
Nice.
Right? So as you know, s'mores consist of the graham cracker, the marshmallows, and the chocolate, and you heat the marshmallow over a campfire, and then you smash it all together, and then you get to enjoy it. Can you guess how many pounds of marshmallows are toasted over a fire in North America every year?
How many pounds?
How many pounds of marshmallows?
2 million.
50 million.
50 million pounds of marshmallows?
50 million pounds of marshmallows are toasted over a fire in North America each year.
Wow.
Now, I have to ask, does that mean they were purchased with the intent of being roasted?
Are they following people home to see if
or,
they're...
Are they really following us? It's like, is Google really watching everything that we do? But, so 50
how do you
million.
do a survey of whether or not you've toasted your marshmallows or not?
Right. I mean, I buy them with the intent of roasting them. Like, have you made s'mores when you go?
Oh, yeah, plenty of times. Yeah.
Do you have better success than I do? Because usually what happens for me is I put the marshmallow on the wire.
Yep. So I love that you said wire. Yep. Coat hanger.
Yeah, coat hanger, right?
Yeah. Classy. I've got the same kind of classy.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we've got somebody coming into the studio
sneaking
here.
in. Yeah.
Yes, I did it the same way when I was a kid. Because that's how me and my family roll. We go into the closet, you unwind a wire coat hanger and take it out over the fire. Hey, look, it's Megan.
She's here. She made it.
I gotta get plugged in.
Yes, get plugged in.
Yeah, not the stick. But yes, you get the wire. So, sorry, while she's getting plugged in here. So you've had bad luck with it.
Yeah, so you get the wire and you put the marshmallow on with all these good intentions, and then you hold it over the flame, and then it catches fire.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh no. And then what's your first reaction when it catches on fire?
Well, you can shake it.
Mine's not to blow. Mine's
shake
to,
it. Yeah.
to shake it.
But then you hit
Are
your
you just
neighbor.
like slinging
And then what's
hot
gonna
marshmallow
happen?
at everybody?
Bam! There it goes. Like
Yeah.
flying across, and now it's in the dirt, and you can't eat it. So
That is where the stick is better than the wire hanger, because the wire hanger gets hot and slick and it just goes flying, whereas with the stick it will stay on.
another problem with the wire, because heat travels down the wire, so you can't use it very long, just for a few marshmallows. But yeah, that's what typically happens to me with marshmallows.
I've had more luck, I think, because I will let them cook and burn longer than I should. So I think it adheres more to the stick or the wire. So if I try to shake it, it doesn't go flying.
Doesn't go anywhere?
Because it's attached to whatever I've got it on.
I can't say I have successfully roasted a marshmallow to what I consider my perfection. So a little burnt. Like what would be the perfect roasted marshmallow?
Yeah, for me, it's where the outside is black.
Yep.
Right. It's gotten a good and toasty, but not what. Megan is just laughing at me.
I like hearing good and toasty.
Yeah, right.
It's all good and toasty.
Yeah, but I guess rare would be the way to describe it.
I don't want a rare marshmallow.
Well, I don't want one well done. Then it becomes a circus peanut.
But you want it to squish.
Squish.
Yes.
It's got to squish.
It's got to make a squish sound.
And
Yes.
then it kind of starts to melt the chocolate, and as you bite it, then it all kind of goes squishy more out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you know where s'mores? What that stands for? Where
No,
it
I
kinda
was,
came
I
from?
was hoping you would be able to tell
I
us.
can tell you.
Okay.
Do you know? Do you know? So
Probably did at one
s'mores
point. I don't
is
remember.
the combination of the word some more.
Okay.
So,
I have-
do you say s'mores or do you say schmores?
I don't put a sh in it.
You don't
It's
put a
just
sh-
s'mores.
I do
you
not
say
put a
s-
shush in it either.
Just s'mores.
S'more.
S'more. Just
But
s'more.
it's S apostrophe
yes.
mores.
But
right.
it came from the two words some more.
Okay.
It originally appeared in the Girl Scouts cookbook, and I think it was early 1920s. So
Okay.
the recipe has been around for a very long time. And by 1968, the recipe was provided with the milk chocolate, the graham crackers, the toasted marshmallow, golden perfection, and then placed and then, like you said, smushed together. So
They're so good.
Didn't they have a cookie named after a s'mores and then they changed it to something else later?
I think
I
so.
think so,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know what it was
Yeah.
called.
It's is it the coconut delights or coconut
it's got coconut in it.
something? No.
Yeah, not a
Caramel
s'more.
delights.
Maybe.
It's got caramel in it.
I don't know. I have
That's
to
called
look
a
it up.
Comores.
A Comores.
Yeah.
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 So, in honor of S'mores Day,
Oh, you know who would know that? I'm sorry.
Go.
Marie Minster, if she's watching, she'll know the name of the old s'more cookie that is now.
All right, Marie, if you're
Marie,
watching, you let us
I
know
need-
about the old s'more cookie.
I need help, Marie.
let us know. So, to celebrate S'mores Day, of course, go out, make a s'more, get a campfire. We can't do a campfire here, right? There's all kinds of recipes. You can do it in the microwave. You can do all kinds of stuff.
Have you ever watched a marshmallow in the microwave?
No.
So you put it in.
Every day.
It's really fun. You're going to want to go home and do it. So put it in and just put it on for like 7 seconds. You do any more, you're going to have a giant mess on your hands. But almost within about 3.5 seconds, it just starts to expand. It goes, all that sugar just starts to grow. It's
Okay.
really
Sugar.
cool.
Yeah, that's all it
So
is.
the fun
Sugar.
part is when you put it on the graham cracker, they never stay. They roll around on the plate. So, but anyway, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay.
So, because they get kind of messy and ooey and gooey, and we can't have open flames, silly rule, I have made a s'more dip.
Whoa.
Ooh.
What?
Wendy did something. Can you believe it? So, yes. So,
Look at that.
I found this recipe. It's kind of messy because I used the fluff, marshmallow fluff.
We've had fluff on the show before.
we have? Yeah.
So it's kind of sticky. So yeah. So can we see this?
Yeah, look at
marshmallow
that.
fluff? Yeah, I kind of.
So
scraped the
do we
sides.
have some Hershey chocolate bars in there or
So-
chocolate bars?
Well, it's actually fudge sauce.
Okay.
So if you want a really good sugar rush today, this is it. So it's cream cheese, it's fudge sauce, marshmallow fluff, and then powdered sugar is also
Okay. All right. Anybody watching who wants that recipe,
Wow.
I like
Yeah.
it. So are we going to dig
sugar.
in and
Yes,
have some
so I've
sugar
got
dip?
napkins, I've got spoons, I've got graham crackers. Now, you know what I almost bought for you guys to dip? I almost bought the Scooby-Doo version of the graham cracker
A Scooby snack.
to make it just, you know.
Scooby snack.
Yeah, so just dive in.
You've got
I've
a Scooby voice, I'm sure, don't you?
Woo!
I
that it?
almost bought them. I thought, what better? Because they suggested sticks, right? You get the sticks and you dip it or whatever.
Pass that around.
But I got you. But I tell you what I did. I did a favor for you.
Okay.
I got the low-fat graham crackers.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, like that.
That's going to make all the difference here.
So,
I can
you know,
smell the sugar
Yes,
wafting
yes.
over this way.
Guys
Yeah.
in the booth, come on out and get some marshmallow s'mores dip is what it is. So
S'mores.
however you want to get in there, just get in
And
there.
it always makes me think of camping, right? That's the
Yeah.
number one time
Yeah.
that you get your s'mores.
yes.
Get your s'mores on.
Get your s'more on.
Get your s'more on. So yeah, enjoy. It was fun to make. I made it in the
Come on in,
library.
Eli.
That's how easy it is
Get
to
you some
make.
scoops.
I made it in the library, just whisking that stuff right on up. So look at that. Look
How
at
much
that
chocolate,
ooey,
that fudge that is.
gooey goodness.
I'm
You're
gonna make a-
brave to make it like a sandwich.
I'm making
Well,
a mess.
That's
is
what a
I'm doing.
s'mores
Oh,
is.
yeah.
It's ooey
yeah.
gooey mess,
Did you
right?
forget me?
Yeah, ooey gooey mess.
It's an ooey gooey mess.
I'm going to take one of these like floater marshmallows.
blocked here, the ooey gooey mess.
That's what it
I'm
even
making.
says.
There we go.
S'mores Day was created several years ago to celebrate this gooey delight. So,
Perfect.
yes. Here, get you some. Fun
Oh, that's
stuff.
going to make a mess.
Oh,
I
This is
told
gonna
you.
not be
I told you it's
good.
going to make a mess. But you can make all kinds of different s'mores. You can make it with peanut butter. You can make it with banana s'mores. I should have made that for you guys.
Sounds nasty.
It's
that
a bit
sounds
of
good.
fruit.
Banana should not be on
Banana
my
slices on the
s'mores.
graham cracker when building the snack. You can make it peanut butter. You can add chocolate chips in there, which I didn't do. There's all kinds of s'mores bars that you can make.
Okay.
So a little more substance to it, not quite as ooey gooey.
Yeah.
That you can make, but yeah, National
Sorry, I'm like
S'mores
chewing
Day.
in the microphone.
Oh, that's kind of what we do
Go
on this show.
ahead. Enjoy. Grab
good.
one of those
Yeah.
marshmallows on top.
I'm gonna make my
Yes.
big mess here.
Make it.
You making Holly one?
Yes, please make Holly some.
Take some napkins
Yeah, you're gonna need. Actually, you probably need like
or your sleeve.
wipes or something because it
job
got
there.
all around the bowl. It got all in the library. I made a mess on the countertop. I'll clean it up shortly.
It's so good.
Is it good? Did
It's
you
really
try
good.
it?
I did. It's delicious.
It's very sugary.
It is.
It is very sugary. I'm digging it already. This is great.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have more bites and just keep making a mess. How bad does it
Well,
look?
I think she had the idea that it's a dip and not a spread.
Yeah.
I am a clumsy
kind of-
monster.
However
made it
you
a
want to
spread.
eat your s'mores, gooiness
S'mores.
is up to you. It doesn't matter. However you want
So
to
look,
eat it.
it's pushing through the little holes on top. It's a work of art.
It is. Look at. Oh.
Yes.
Look, I'll put a little.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
get the
Dip it.
marshmallow. I got
And
a
then it'll be
marshmallow.
a work
Get a
of
marshmallow.
art.
I didn't
See, the
get
fluff
the.
is swirled in. You're not having any?
Ta-da.
Oh yeah, eat some because I
Yeah.
made it, y'all. So I was like, how does this taste?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Oh, let me try
Oh, yeah,
again
it's
just to make
good.
sure. Yeah.
Yep.
So yes.
Yeah, I used to work at a Boy Scout camp for a summer, my first year after college. And so I taught archery for the summer. But that was what we would do every Friday night as we would all get together at the campfire and make the s'mores. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because all of a sudden, when you said archery, I could see you in in a Robin Hood outfit.
with a flaming
s'more.
marshmallow on the end.
That's what I did. That's how I
at.
roasted my marshmallows is I would just put them on an arrow and shoot them
And you would-
through
yes.
fires. Yeah.
That was the
That would
purpose.
have been pretty cool.
Yeah, it would have been. I wish I'd done that now.
Well, so did you
I
hear
have regrets.
how many marshmallows? What was it again?
How many pounds of
marshmallows are toasted over a fire in North America each year? Did you hear that?
I did
Jennifer?
not.
You want to take a guess?
Does it have a 2 in it?
I was going to say you can't say two. How many millions pounds?
3 million pounds.
50
50?
million pounds.
That's
and
a lot of poofy sugar.
I said was that how many marshmallows were really purchased with the intent of
Oh,
making?
yeah. How many have you thrown away?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is
Mm-hmm.
I buy marshmallows with the intent, but then I have this fear of slingshotting
You know, like,
fire.
You kind of purchase them, around Christmas time. And
Yeah.
everybody wants it in their hot cocoa. And then next
Yeah.
thing you know, it's Easter and there's a Ziploc full of giant marshmallows in the pantry. You're like, what was this for?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it depends. Like the
how
last
old
few
are
times
these?
I've gotten them, it was like we were having a camp out with a couple of kids around. And then like at the beginning, it's just get one marshmallow and one little corner of chocolate. And then within an hour, everybody's just running around crazy with full bars of chocolate and 6 marshmallows. And so there are no marshmallows left over.
yeah. We've had a couple birthday parties with kids having s'mores in the backyard and over the fire pit kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I remember, this is really funny. One time, Brianna had I don't know, maybe it was her 12th or 13th birthday. We had a fondue party. You were just making a mess.
Both
You just
of us,
keep
our
chewing.
mouths are full.
You keep chewing. And we did a fondue party. And one of her friend's mother calls me up because I did like cheese fondue and vegetable fondue, like where they dip vegetables. And then we finished with chocolate.
Yes.
Well, one of her friend's moms called me up, and she was from Germany, and she was so funny. She's laughing. She couldn't get words out. I'm like, what is wrong, Christina? She said, Inga has chocolate in her ear. Like, how did she get chocolate in her ear? Like, I don't know. If you didn't have earmuffs,
I would have chocolate in my ear right now if I didn't
Everywhere.
have my
Yeah.
earmuffs on.
Your
All over our
earmuffs.
face.
Professional broadcasting equipment.
Everywhere.
Yeah, earmuffs.
So
So anyway,
so awesome to eat.
did you guys see Back to the Lazy thing? Did you see where Sandy said that she also is exhausted on Fridays during the summer? It's tough. I mean, I think, and maybe we can get the conversation started. I think it's really hard on people especially that have families that to work these longer days and then have Friday off, because when you get home you're tired. So when you talked about not being able to do your laundry and your dishes and that kind of stuff, and then you're like, I'm pooped. I'm just
Yeah.
going to sit here and I'm going to watch Netflix and go through Facebook, until I decide to take my nightgown off at 2:00.
And that's the thing. Is it really me being lazy on a Friday, or
No,
is it really
exhaustion,
just
I think.
is
Yeah.
it exhaustion? So
Yeah, which
It's
is what a lot
that-
of people do on Saturday.
Yeah.
Right? It's just
it's
depends.
rejuvenating yourself, so you can
Yeah.
get up and do the next stuff. So
keep going.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, now I'm putting sticky fingers on my phone. Would you mind passing me a napkin?
But you know what I have found?
I almost
which
got
is-
some wet wipes because
Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
it's just
yeah.
going to stick to your fingers.
I think that one of the things that has helped with this schedule though, is that, I'm just going to ignore you, is that I end up meal prepping on Sunday. So it makes the rest of the week a whole lot easier.
Right.
So, I mean, like I'll put 10 to 12 different meals in the freezer, and so all I have to do is pull something out and pop it in and that kind
Actually,
of stuff.
so National Lazy Day suggests that you stop cooking and order out. Danny, are you watching?
Nice.
Wait, we do that anyway. Sorry.
No, that's great for restaurants, though.
is.
Restaurants should promote Lazy
Lazy
Day.
Day. Yes. So today is National Lazy Day, and it says stop cooking and go get takeout. So I'm probably going to do that.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very cool.
Yeah.
So,
No guest.
no guest
No
today.
guest
no.
today?
Okay.
That's
But
okay.
that's okay because we're talking about some
We're
of the things of the
enjoying
day.
each other's company.
Yes.
Yay!
And we'll talk about some community events in a little bit.
Okay.
Well, I do want to say, though, we had a very successful new student orientation last week. It was last Thursday. It was great to see folks, first off, out on the campus, and then having a chance to talk to those folks that are coming back to school for the first time, or maybe they've graduated from high school and they're coming back, or maybe they're in the community. So connecting with people here in the community who have registered for classes and wanted to get to know the campus, get to talk to people personally, face-to-face, register for those classes, get their ID made, learn about all the different resources available on campus. And so that was last Thursday, and it was a big success. So it
Yeah, I
was-
saw all the students walking around. It was nice because, of course, in the summer, we don't have as many people that are
Right.
on campus. And then you kind of forget what it's like to have so many
People.
students walking around and people, right? But yeah, it was great. All of a sudden, you turn around and there's a line of 80 people walking, and it's like,
Yes.
great, we're almost ready to start the academic year again and see people around.
Yes, we are getting ready. I think it's why finding a guest today was a little challenge, because everybody is
Yeah.
Getting prepped.
gearing up for the great fall start.
Yeah, which is coming up August 19th is the first day of classes. Officially is when the semester begins. So there is still time if people do want to register for classes. Just because we had orientation last week doesn't mean the door has closed.
It's still open.
I think orientation is an example of how we know that lots of different students have different needs and maybe have been out of school for a short amount of time or a long period of time, and they want to be familiar with everything. And that's another example of where we try to make the entrance into school a little bit easier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of questions were asked. Got all great questions about financial aid, about scholarship opportunities. So great chance for folks to learn some of that information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of our students, of course, that graduated this past May are heading off to college now, for those that are transferring to a university. So that's exciting. They're packing their bags up and figuring
Yeah.
out what they're going to hang on their walls. And it's kind of neat to see some of the Facebook posts and, that they're doing well and excited on their next journey.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some anxious parents, but they'll be fine.
This parent's not. See you, Darby.
Yeah. So, yeah, that, and I also heard this morning there were 2 new school teachers that were in their classroom setting up their classroom for the new year, and it's kind of fun. I just
Yeah.
there's something exciting about and refreshing about the new year, and there's always that underlying anxiety, but all in all, it's okay. When you were getting close to going back to school when you were a kid, did you get anxious, or did you get excited, or were you like, I don't want to go back to school?
I was more like, I don't want to go back to school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you like the going back to school shopping? Was that a thing in your house?
It was definitely a thing in my house. I didn't really get excited about it. My mom always wanted to take me because, she wanted to make sure that I had new school clothes for the school year, and so it was
New lunchbox.
Yeah, all
That you
those
wanted.
things.
That you wanted. So you
Right.
couldn't say, I don't want that. I'm not
Yeah.
going to school today.
So she was doing a great job of making sure that I had all the things, but as a kid, like, a day of shopping for clothes is not exactly what I would want to do. Like, I always enjoyed the summer. And so school starting was not the start of an exciting school year. It was the end of my summer, right?
End of the free
Womp,
raid.
Yeah.
womp.
Of
No,
the
it's true. I mean-
marshmallow arrow flaming.
Exactly. That was how, I have a scar on my chin, and that happened the last day of summer break.
Aw.
Because I was trying to take advantage of every last second of my summer break.
And what did you do?
I was swimming in a pool at the YMCA, not the one here in town, in Thomasville. And they had us all get out of the pool, and they were like, all right, that's it. And so for me, it was like, okay, summer is officially over. I have just gotten out of the pool for the last time for the summer. And then I stood on the edge of the pool with
And you
my
jumped in.
back
You
to
said,
the water.
"Heck no."
I said, one more jump. And I jumped in, but
And
when
your
I jumped
chin.
in, I didn't jump back far enough, and the edge of the pool caught me right there.
Ooh.
So.
My kid has the same scar doing
Yeah.
the same thing.
Really?
Yes. But she was in swim team, and she watched all the big kids that would jump in and they could catch in the deep end and they would catch themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought it would be kind of cool to try it, so she did it. And then she literally swam the whole length of Quartz Plus.
With blood
And
trailing
she
behind her.
Not yet, because I guess it was cold enough. And she gets out and she says, and her sister was a toddler, like still in the car seat. I mean, a baby. And she goes, Mom, I think I hurt my chin. And all of a sudden I see boop, and I see,
Yeah.
I was like weak in the knees.
Yeah, it's gross.
And then the blood started.
Yeah.
And thank God she had a red towel. So I'm wrapping her up. I'm grabbing the baby cart, everybody's trying to help this mom get out of there's blood everywhere, and I'm calling the doctor's office on the way and all that kind of stuff, and they're like, just come on in. And of course then I'm like, what do you do with the baby? And you got to be with the kid, and there's where's daddy? And so anyway, it was quite interesting. So
That it was.
yeah, but she's got the same thing. Brr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
She did
noise
it
it made when
once.
it happened.
Yeah.
I hit the edge of the pool and went burp.
Sure it did. Sure it did.
Did you get stitches?
I did. That
Yeah.
was the first time I'd ever gotten stitches.
Yeah.
I had broken a few bones before that.
It's kind of like a cool thing. You go back to school and go, yeah, look what I did.
Yeah, it was,
Right.
I can't tell you how cool it was to be on the first day of school with 6 stitches going across my chin.
At least it wasn't picture day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they should make picture day the first day of school just to add a little bit more stress
Yes.
to it.
Well, they usually do in lower grades. Like you take a picture the first day, and
Yeah.
then you take a picture the last day, and then you can see how your child has progressed from the beginning of school to the last day of school. So there are some teachers who do that.
Okay.
And some teachers will do it every month. So you can have a calendar, if you will, for the school year.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really
very
cute.
cool.
I got one for Darby. It was really cute.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, did you get anxious or get excited? New school day, school year.
I was anxious because I'm an overachiever. And so I get anxious with all the things coming at me, and I'm not very good at like, oh, okay, that's like 2 months from now. I'm like, oh my God, it's due now. So I'm like making my lists. I'm trying to figure things out. So I get a little anxious.
Yeah.
So what about you?
So I was kind of an anxious kid anyway. So I would probably say I was the one with the butterflies in the stomach heading to class. But I loved having that new bag or that new pencil box that my mom probably used a paint marker. You know, what are those paint things? Those
Paint
paint
markers.
markers, yeah. And put the initials on the front, and you'd have the fresh box of crayons in there. And I loved the smell of the new school supplies.
Yeah.
That was awesome. But
There was something to be said about the Trapper Keeper, which is
You
a
had I
reference
had a
that I'm
Trapper
sure
Keeper.
Eli
Yes.
does not get and most students would not. But yes, the Trapper Keeper was a very exciting
yes,
thing
Trapper
to buy.
Keeper was awesome.
And Becky in the library, she found one and bought one.
Really?
Yeah, so she's like, I found a Trapper Keeper. And so she'll Velcro.
And then that boop, the popping in the
Yes,
middle.
yes.
Taking him stuff in and out.
That's a great idea. I'm going to just start showing up to meetings with a Trapper
Trapper Keeper.
Keeper.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Yeah.
You need one of those, and what the heck were
I
those
really,
things called?
I really might. If I see one,
Not
I'm going
a-
to buy one now.
Becky knew where to tell. She knows
Pager.
where
You need to
tell
show it with a pager and a Trapper Keeper.
Okay, let's do that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be fun. But no, I did. But grow up in the South. I mean, everybody here
Yeah.
grew up in the South. It doesn't really get fall clothes comfortable
Right.
until about November.
Right.
So you dreaded having to go shopping because it was hotter than bejesus trying to put on
Jeans and everything
Yes,
else. Yeah.
and things, long sleeves,
Right,
and
right.
acrylic, sweaters. I'm like, ugh. And then but you want to wear it, and it's so exciting. And then you come back with prickly heat because you've toasted yourself on the bus back to toasting,
Right.
like a little marshmallow.
Right.
But yeah, so that was always, You know, and everybody wants to show off the new stuff, but then it just doesn't really work out.
Yeah, I had forgotten about the first day of school outfit because that's definitely a
It's
thing.
definitely
That was
a thing.
definitely like I may not have looked forward to the shopping, but I definitely knew what the first day of school outfit was going to
And
be.
beg people is standing in line not to step on your brand new tennis shoes.
Uh-huh.
You know, canvas would get all dirty and yucky, and unless
Yeah.
you were fancy,
No,
unless you had leather.
The newer thing is not to
Leather
crease
kids,
them.
that was it.
The newer thing is to not crease them. I've had
Put
to
a
have some
line.
conversations
But how
with
do you-
Fenton about it. No, he walks like that sometimes because he doesn't want to crease it. So he'll like walk with a flat foot, and it's like, stop doing that. They're shoes. You just have to wear them. It's
Yes.
okay.
They make more. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
They make more.
This is it. You get no more.
There's
Stop
more where
growing.
that came from.
So a couple of comments on here. Just so you know, Wendy, Danny says, yes, you guys are ordering out tonight. And he wants to know what it is. So take care of that.
I don't know. Can we put our order in?
Yeah.
Come over.
Yes, we can do that.
And my sister is watching. And she says she loves watching us while she's being lazy on her day off.
Good for
Yay.
you.
And
What's
And now
sister's
she
name?
wants a s'more.
What's sister's name?
My sister's name, Angie.
Hi, Angie.
Hi.
Hi, Angie.
Wish you could have some s'mores with us.
Yeah.
S'mores dip. It's
She can.
delicious. Yeah.
She probably will. She'll go to the store and get some now.
Yeah. Sugar. Just go to the sugar aisle and
Yeah.
take
There's
all the
got to be
sugar.
like a s'mores drink, like at Starbucks or something.
There is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
there is.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There's s'mores
Or
everything.
you can make one. I mean, you could design it, I guess.
Let's just drink this. Let's just.
We can warm it up, throw it in our coffee or ice it coffee, something.
Maybe.
Look, we got sparkles.
Maybe.
Woohoo,
we do.
sparkles.
Wow, that's fancy.
I like it. I like sparkles.
Wow, I can't believe what time it is already. So we got a couple other things we can talk about, right?
Yeah.
Did you have any other things of the day to talk about?
No, that was it.
Okay.
There was the fun things. There was
was-
plenty more, but that was the fun stuff.
Was there a trivia question that we had for today? All right, what you got for us? Let's throw it up on the screen and see what we got. Did you know that Pepsi was invented and first served in New Bern in what year by local pharmacist Caleb Bradham?
I don't know the year. And if I guessed, I'm going to be stupid wrong.
Yeah, I'd be stupid wrong
I'm
too.
like
I'm gonna say
1892. Am I close? Oh, Eli's saying I'm close.
you said 1892.
Yeah.
1894.
1898. Yes!
Good for
You know though, because you're a history person.
I
that
am
was
a
an
history
unfair
person.
question.
I waited until the end, okay?
Okay.
And I wasn't 100% sure on it. I thought maybe that was it. But, I did used to work at Tryon Palace.
Yes.
And we had they still have one of Caleb Bradham's recipe books on display in the North Carolina History Center. So that was one of my favorite things to take a look at in there. It's like
Right.
how he came up with those little recipes for sodas. Megan's looking at me like I'm crazy again.
No.
But yes. But it's
I
it's
was
really
trying
fascinating.
to chew and not get caught.
Yeah. Well, you got caught. You busted.
I busted.
Yes. Yeah, that's very cool. Speaking of history, I got one more on this day in history thing I can throw at
cool.
you too.
Okay. Is that up on the screen
Maybe
trivia?
not as maybe not as but I can say it to you and cover it up with my chocolate napkin here.
Can't see it, can't read it, so you're good.
So the first PG-13 movie to ever be released was in 1984.
1984. Okay.
What was the movie?
Can you give us a
84,
character name or an actor?
PG-13 84.
Patrick Swayze is in this movie.
Red Dawn.
Correct.
Oh, I was gonna say red.
Nice job.
I probably are.
I was 14.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they didn't have PG-13 before that, so there was a wide range of what a PG movie could entail. And there were a couple of movies that set that off. It was Gremlins. There's a scene where one of the gremlins gets microwaved and he turns green and explodes like the marshmallow
moves
you were
up like a
talking about.
marshmallow?
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. So
Maybe he had too much sugar
but
in it.
Gremlins was rated PG, and they said,
Or too violent.
Oops.
yeah,
We've
we
messed
need to
up on
come up
that
with
one.
something else. Yeah. And there was, I think, one other one too. I'm
But
trying to
don't
remember
you
what it
find it
was. I think it was
interesting that-
Temple of Doom.
13 was the cutoff date or cutoff year.
Yeah.
Like, why was the 13-year-old mature enough to watch a gremlin explode?
Right.
Versus a 15-year-old or a 16-year-old.
Right.
I'm
Because on these kinds of things, you have to draw a line somewhere.
Thank you, Mr. Diplomatic.
you
I get
do
that.
have to draw
obviously,
a
I
line.
guess.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
I state the obvious.
I guess they consulted, sociologists and psychologists and.
Yeah, I was going to ask who determined the line. Like, I get you got to draw a line. But
Well, I
who
think they
determined
put a
the line?
room of 12-year-olds together, and they showed
Watched
them
their expression?
Yeah, and they watched a gremlin explode, and then they were like, "Okay, so the 12-year-olds are crying their eyes out.
Yes.
The 13-year-olds are laughing their heads off. They're like,
Yeah.
here's the line. That's what it is.
Done. I can appreciate that
Yeah.
rendition of that. How that went down.
his odd theory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah. Isn't your son almost that age?
Yes, he will be 13 next month, and
Gotcha.
and he likes to.
He likes
Anytime he
movies.
sees a PG-13 movie, he likes to.
Get excited.
Yeah, because he feels like he's getting away with something, right?
Right.
Even though we're there with him, we've okayed it. We're all watching the Avengers or whatever it is together. He's like,
The
"Can I watch
Avengers?
it?"
The Avengers is PG-13?
I think some of them are. Whatever movie
I
it
don't-
is,
I
I
don't
don't.
watch
I don't
any
know
of them.
exactly, but in either case, yes, we'll be watching one of those.
Wasn't
And,
the new Top Gun movie PG-13?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I
The
think
new
so,
Top Gun
too.
movie?
Yeah, the newest one.
I
Maverick.
haven't seen it.
Ooh, haven't
It's
seen
good.
it.
No, you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You like it too? Okay.
Have you seen the Elvis movie yet?
No.
I have not seen that
My
one.
daughter wants to go see it again. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
she liked it that much. She wants to go see it again. But she's always loved Elvis. I mean, she's like always been. Even as a little girl. One year, my mother gave her for Christmas. My mom was part of the Elvis Presley fan club, and she
Ooh.
had an Elvis Presley fan club card
Mm-hmm.
signed. It was probably not signed by him, but it had a signature on the back.
Might have been.
It could have been. I mean, it could have been mass produced. But we got her one of those little frames that you could see in front and back. That was really kind of cute.
Cute.
Yeah,
Have you ever been to Graceland?
I have not. But Jennifer's got a trip going.
Oh, does she?
I think so.
Yeah, Jennifer Bear from
Lifetime Learning Center.
Have you been to Graceland?
I have not.
It is really fascinating. I mean, obviously it was his house, right? Which is not enormous, but it's certainly bigger than my house. But you imagine it to be like modern day celebrity houses.
Like Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, it's not that size at all. But they have a museum across the street that has some of his cars and his plane. And
He
it's-
had a plane?
he had two.
2 planes.
Yeah,
Big
so
planes, little planes.
he had a big plane and a little plane. And yeah,
I went in for round 2.
go for it. But the plane was my favorite part, right? Because like he was one of the first celebrities to really have that level of fame and wealth to where he could have a 747 that was just his, that he could keep at the Memphis airport, and because he was doing the shows in Vegas and still living in Memphis, so he would get on the plane or do the show in Vegas and then sleep on the way home. And I learned while I was there that he was the first person to put a bed on a plane, and the FAA was like, "You've got to put a seatbelt on it," because they didn't know what else. They had never had
Yeah.
that problem before at all.
Right.
So yeah, when you tour the plane, you get to the back where the bed is, and there's that just one
Enormous
long
seatbelt.
lap belt that goes across the bed. It's just really silly.
Wow.
That's funny.
Anyway,
Wow.
Well, you were talking about museums earlier. Today was the Smithsonian, opening of the Smithsonian.
Yes.
And you were saying you haven't been yet.
I have not.
It's been a while since I've been, but it's probably been 20 years. But I did love it, and I went several times as a kid and saw different parts of it, and definitely something I would like to go back. I think DC and traffic and all that kind of stuff is a nightmare these
Yeah.
days. It's not necessarily a place that I get excited about, like, oh, I'm going to go stay at the park, or whatever. But I do love a museum.
Yeah, me
I
too.
really do.
Yeah, I was there in the spring. The traffic wasn't that bad. I just parked and then just walked or trained everywhere else we went.
So, speaking of museums, is it your favorite? Was that your favorite museum, or did you like this Elvis museum better? Or
Of like
you
all
were-
the museums I've ever been to? Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
do you prefer an art museum, an interactive museum, more that has like a theme museum?
Sometimes it depends on the day, honestly. But usually it's more of a history or natural history museum, right? So for me, one of the things that's interesting is if I see something in a museum, I like imagining the people who made it or the lives that they had at that time, right? So if I go to an art museum, I appreciate the beauty of the piece, but I also like to lean in and look at the brushstrokes and see what I can see in there and imagine the person who actually painted it and like what was going on in their life at that time. Or at the Natural History Museum, you can see sort of the evolution models that they've created, and they've done such a great job of making them look like actual living people because they've got these great makeup artists. And so you can look at them and like see into their eyes and just kind of imagine like what was their religion, what was their, social structure with each other. And so that's probably more
What
than
they have for dinner.
Yeah.
They didn't get takeout.
I
Yeah.
am tonight.
Yeah.
Yay!
But I do love the Smithsonian because it gives you all of those, right? Like you can go in the archives and see the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and like you can't even read it anymore, but to know that was a document
Right.
that they sat in and said, this is what our country will look like. It's pretty amazing.
And I appreciate knowing or thinking I know the struggles that they had and how did you have the resources to make these things and do this stuff? Because, what we have now, they didn't have then. So I
Yeah.
appreciate thinking what it was truly like for them to create and the processes that they had to go through because it ain't the processes we do now.
No.
So, yeah.
Or the respect of collaboration when it
Right.
was more than just one person putting it together.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
definitely one of those. I just wondered.
You was curious?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I
I love going to museums.
I do too, and I've been very fortunate. I've been to a lot of them, and lots. I mean, I'll go back to them. Like you were talking about the History Center, and now that they've reopened the restaurant back there, I can't remember the name.
Lawson's Landing is what it was
Lawson's
while I
Landing.
was there. I'm
I think
not
it
sure what
still
it is now.
I think they reopened it the same name, but they always have that little exhibit right next to the side door. And so I'll go visit the the gift shop, and I'm like, let's go see what's new over there.
Oh, in the rotating exhibit space. Yeah.
And I like that. I love seeing, contributors to it, and you're like, oh, I know them. Who would have thought that they had that book in their library, or who would have thought that they had that piece of furniture in their dining room? It's just kind of neat.
Well, I was there. One of the exhibits we had was a toy exhibit, and they pulled out all the toys they had on loan, and I actually was able to have my Nintendo in the exhibit.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Huh. Do you still have it?
No. I don't know where it is now.
Oh.
And it wasn't my original Nintendo. It was a Nintendo from 1982.
Okay.
Yeah.
He still has his original
Somewhere.
hidden in the closet.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Maybe. No, I think it stopped working.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, let's talk about some things going on in our community over the next couple of
Let's
weeks.
do it.
Yeah.
Lot
We got a
going
list
on.
here. You got some things for us, Holly? All right, cool. What you got? So coming up on Thursday, that's tomorrow, we've got Havelock Movie in the Park, Space Jam, A New Legacy. So is this the new Space Jam? Right? Is LeBron in this one? Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
That's why it's called A New Legacy.
All right. See, I'm clearly the wrong person to say this because I've never seen either Space Jam.
Oh, they're
So-
fun. They're
yeah?
fun. Yeah.
Have you seen
Yep.
A New Legacy Space Jam?
It's cute.
Okay.
It's cute.
And I like that venue there. I've
That's
never.
new.
Is it?
Yeah, they started working on it over, I guess, like midwinter, and
Uh-huh.
and also, do you remember the old shopping center that was across the street, the cinder block, and then it
Yeah.
kind of, they tore that down too.
Oh, they
So
did?
finally, what an
It
eyesore!
was an eyesore.
So this was the first piece that they worked on, and then there's a couple little seating areas and some walking paths. And when I go to work in the morning, I turn right there at that light, and so I can see you can see people meeting up and they go walking. It's really nice.
Awesome. I was
Yeah.
thinking it was going to be a baseball thing.
No,
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's for special events.
It's beautiful.
And I think, and I don't have all the details, but I would encourage you, if you like outdoor venues and you've not been to the Havelock one, I believe that they're going to have a lot more stuff coming up in the very near future. So,
Good deal.
Cool. I mean, it
So,
looks like
yeah.
a great space. They should utilize it.
yeah. So that's exciting stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. What's next? Art Walk. I love Art Walk. We talked about our museums, and there's that Van Gogh.
Yeah.
So Friday, August 12th from 5 to 8, downtown New Bern. Streets will be closed. Police go down for open receptions, demonstrations, special events, and lots more. So, and again, support our local businesses, our local restaurants. Weekends say Lazy Day can go on until Friday,
Yes.
August 12th. So go get your takeout or eat in or eat on the street. Play some games.
Yeah.
So, and actually, it's supposed to get cooler this weekend. So,
Oh,
we got a
awesome.
front coming through, so it's supposed to take the temperatures down a little bit. So, we're going to keep our fingers crossed that it's going to be a beautiful evening.
So speaking of the front, we have a comment from someone, Funnels of Love. It's a business, perhaps. it says the movie is canceled due to the weather tomorrow.
Oh, bummer.
So I don't know who Funnels of Love is. If they
Thanks
are
for sharing.
a vendor that's supposed to be there, I'm not really sure, but that is the word that they are saying.
Oh, awesome. Well, like I said, we're going to keep plugging Havelock. It's another great part of Craven County that doesn't always get the same attention as New Bern. So we'll keep pushing that. Thank you for Funnels of Love for getting in touch with us.
Yeah. So hopefully, if Space Jam does not happen tomorrow, it can come back.
And
right?
speaking of which,
Yeah, so in Havelock, we have it's a free family fly-in STEM and movie night for this Friday, August 12th from 5 to 9. Enjoy a night of science, technology, engineering, math-related activities at the Havelock Tourist and Event Center. There'll be door prizes and giveaways, which include school supplies. So head on out. The evening will end with a showing of the movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs on the big screen inside of the building. And concessions will be available. So great movie, great book. Get out, enjoy, and get you some free school supplies.
very cool.
And did you mention that was rain or shine?
I did not say rain or
Yeah,
shine.
so-
I think it's inside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
well, the
whether or
movie's
not it's in the
inside,
hangar,
so
right,
yeah, rain or shine. Head on over.
Very nice.
Very cool.
All right, we've also got Footloose on the Noose this Friday at 6:30 p.m. Join us for the Trent Cadillac GMC Footloose on the Noose Summer Concert Series. This is free and takes place at Union Point Park. The concert will feature the Ultimate Eagles Tribute Band, On the Border. Bring a blanket or chair and enjoy some great music at the park. Listen to Megan laugh at me while I read copy. Pets must be on a leash. No coolers. Food trucks will be available. This is presented by New Bern Parks and Recreation.
Very lovely.
Great radio voice.
Very good radio voice.
Great radio
I love
voice.
Well,
it.
if it's a voiceover and you don't see me, I'm just going to go into radio
you
announcer
did, but it
mode.
was like
did it.
sentence by sentence, it got stronger.
Yeah.
I'm going
And
to try
thus-
it.
Thus the giggles.
Yes.
All right. Well, cool. Now we're going to pass the remote. We're going to blast from the past 80s movie music review. It's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, August 12th through the 13th. Or is that the
14th, 13th, 14th, 15th.
13th and 14th? Oh, 15th.
No, the
It's the 12th and the
13th.
13th at
No,
7:30.
Okay, at
the
7:30, and then
15th.
Sunday, August at 2. There we go. I could have looked up. I'm so sorry.
Is it just one weekend? It's
Yes.
2 weekends. Okay, yeah.
2
yeah.
weekends.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to push this weekend. So Friday and Saturday, August 12th and 13th at 7:30. Sunday, August 15th at 2. And join us at New Bern Civic Theater for an evening of music, laughs, time machines, extraterrestrials, and Ghostbusters. They're throwing it back to a review of your favorite music and moments from the best decade ever known, the
80s.
fun.
The
at
generation
first-
of the Trapper Keeper.
the Trapper Keeper. Let's do our Velcro impression. Teachers had to hate that.
They did.
And-
They did. That's what
Yeah.
made it so much fun. Just keep doing it.
So what about tickets? Do you know about tickets?
Tickets are available at the New Bern Civic Theater website.
Okay.
That's the easiest and best way to get them. And they are still available. I would also say that if you go to Civic Theater's either Facebook page or their YouTube page, there's a promo video that shows a little bit of what they're going to be doing in the show. It looks really fun.
I'm just excited about costuming.
Yeah, well, you can see some of that in it, right?
And hair.
There's
Yes.
there's
My
definitely
hair
something.
might have been even a little bigger than I have now.
Something with E.T., something with Back to the Future. Speaking of Top Gun, there is definitely a shirtless volleyball scene that happens. Yeah, Megan's giving me the,
I just said last time, I'm like, I'm not sure if there's anybody in town I want to see shirtless on
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
saying.
then don't go. We'll go
I'm
and close
just-
your
I'm
eyes.
just
Close your
kidding.
eyes
I'm
during that
kidding.
part.
Yeah.
If you're maybe that's PG-13.
Is Keith going to be on there?
Keith is not in it because he's out of town, I believe.
okay.
But he made the promo video. He was
Because
there
all of a sudden
yesterday.
Keith's face came in my head when I was thinking shirtless men on stage.
Has he been shirtless on stage?
don't
before?
know.
Okay.
Sorry, Keith.
It's one of the rites of passage to make everybody be shirtless on stage at some
Oh
point.
my
Yeah.
goodness. I've avoided it.
I have too.
I have too.
Oh, I don't know. You had coconuts at one point.
Yeah, but I wasn't fully topless. I had coconuts.
It's shirtless.
Yes, I was shirtless.
Shirtless.
Well,
We need to find a picture of that and put it up, Holly. Don't we?
it exists. Yes,
I know.
Yeah, a coconut bra and a mermaid tail.
Love
Yeah,
it.
and a nice long wig. Yes.
Yeah. All right. And finally,
Oh, yeah, finally. Sorry. Fife and drum.
Go ahead, radio voice.
I'm just laughing at myself, because I can't help but go into it. Fife and drum. The military history of the 18th century through music. Sunday, August 14th from 3:30 to 5 p.m. Join Tryon Palace's Fife and Drum Corps leader, Shane Mason, as he presents his research of different fife and drum tunes of the 18th century that military would have campaigned to. The event will take place at the North Carolina History Center.
Is that a free event? Do we know? Or is there tickets involved?
I'm
Don't know?
not sure.
Well, go to the website and find out.
Yep. Head to the website.
Head to the website. I wish I could do a piccolo. And then I would, while you were in the background, I would
That's
have
pretty good, actually. That was pretty good.
That was my piccolo.
Is it a piccolo or is it like a
fight.
laser gun fight?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Wendy, what's your best piccolo?
I don't have one. I'm good.
What? How about from the booth? Do we have piccolos from the booth?
Don't have a camera, so they can't.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Turn my camera off.
She
It's
did a good mimic.
Okay.
I
That's
just didn't
fine.
hear anything.
Yeah.
All right.
So, all
So
right.
we've actually, without a guest, run long today.
Woo!
But lots of good information.
I'm
Lots
so glad,
of good
and I'm
stuff.
glad
Yeah.
you guys stayed. Not that you started without me, which was just fine. But I am glad to have been able to join you, and I apologize
Yeah.
for my delay.
No need to
But it was
apologize.
planned, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like I was
worries.
being lazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I'm
what
being
it was.
lazy or anything.
The last two things I would say is, speaking of guests, number one, if anybody who is watching has a guest they would like to recommend or some area of the college they would like to know more about, please leave a comment. You can also go to In the Know or cravencc.edu/in the know, and there's a little place there where you can submit guest suggestions. But we're always looking for ideas, and if there's something, like I said, you want to know about the college, please let us know. We'll get somebody on to talk about it. And I also just want to thank everybody for their comments today on the live stream, because it's always nice to know that even though people may watch this later on in the replay, it's nice to know that people are here having a little silly fun with us too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And thank you for our family members that are watching,
Yeah.
like spouses and sisters
Yes.
and moms. And so
Right? Yes.
we like that we're coming to the table. So very good.
Yes. So that's it for me.
That's it for me.
In my
That's
radio voice.
it for me, too. Go make some s'more dip.
S'mores. Absolutely. So we'll be back next Wednesday. That is August 17th at noon.
Dang, she did
I
it.
did. I can add. So will be August 17th at noon, and we look forward to seeing you back here with us at the table of In the Know. So you guys have a wonderful week. The rest of it that's here. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.